got it and it ain't for sure. Hey, oh baby, won't you take my hand and never ever let me go? But it's time for us to take our stand, show the world that we're a miracle. That's all I wanted from you, a little more attitude. Oh, well, how can I refuse? 'Cause you're the one that I choose. 'Cause all I wanted from you was for our love to come through. There's nothing else I can do.
Welcome to Rock Around the Clock. Daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rock? A little cavalier laugh there. That was like a Roundhead and Cavalier laugh. They would have gone ha 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 with the little twisty moustaches. They may have done. I don't know. Hello, it's Friday. It is. It's flipping Friday, folks. Woohoo! Crystal, it should now be working over at Twitch land. I don't know why that was to subs only. I've just turned it off. It should all be good now. And indeed, I got it working at last. So now you can enter on both YouTube and Twitch. Double entry, dear Watson, particularly if you are a member, because you get 3 cracks at the whip. Yes, you do. You're in it because you're a member. And you can exclamation mark win on YouTube and Twitch. 3 attempts at le prize. Le prize. I'm not sure. Le prix. Le prix? Is that the word? Ninja would know, because our very good friend Ninja Guy, from all the way from Canada-Cestershire, he speaketh the French. Would it be Grand Prix? That's big prize, isn't it? Le Grand Prix. I saw there that our good friend Ninja, Pierre-Luc, he's been playing with Netflix gaming. Now, here's the thing. I'd love to show you Netflix gaming, but you can only get to it from your mobile device, which is a bit annoying. I'm looking forward to the day when they kind of widen it out, make it sort of like browsery or smart thumbstick streaming devicery. The Ligma Master. I love seeing these new names popping in. Awesome to see you. Yep, Grand Prix. I always remember when I was a kid, I was watching a kids' TV show. It was a live kids' TV show, and they had, like a couple of 14-year-old hosts, and this girl goes, "Oh yeah, now we're going down to Silverstone to the Grand Prix." I was like, no, I don't think that's what you meant. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. How are you, Raymond? Good to see you, my friend. I hope William's doing okay. William was heading down to the hospital today and yesterday. Ravenclaw has received a ticket. We're on auto for a second. I'll let it go for its bit. But I'm okay, Raven Anime. Thank you, my friend. I'm doing all right, brother. I had a good day today. I had a good... what have I done today? So I woke very early. I was a very early woke. And I creep around. I get told off. All right, my wife and my daughters tell me off because they walk around like baby elephants. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to be noisy, because if I was to turn a corner and there was a burglar, he wouldn't know and he'd look at me. And I'm 6'3". Right? I mean, I'm not, I'm no small fella, and I'm proportionate. I'm quite happy with how I look. But if I was stood in the doorway and there was a little burglar there and I'd crept in, like crouching in Resident Evil 4, they would be like, ah! And I'd be like, ha ha! So I'd creep. Anyway, I crept downstairs, because I do. And I fired up. I did my day. It's now become my daily morning routine, which is I go into Animal Crossing and I check and see if there's any new folk on the island. How can it be a deserted island when it's literally full of houses? I mean, they call it a desert island, but the day you move in, it's got shops and residence centres and all sorts of gear going on. No, it's not a desert island. And I was thinking, maybe that... I always used to think a desert island was an island with a desert, like just sand. But of course it's not. It means a deserted island. There'll be nobody on it. But anyway, I do that. I do my bit of Animal Crossing. Reva's put all his entries in. Well done, my friend. Get them in. Get them in. Now, let me see. You say this. Let me just check. I'm going to count your entries. I'm assuming you're Ravenclaw, or Ravenclaw, as well as Reva the Beaver. I'm guessing that's you. And yeah, no, there are 2 there. You're right. Plus your members entry. You have to help build it. Well, that's true, Crystal. You do. You have to. And that is the game, isn't it? So I do a little bit of Animal Crossing, and then I pop in to Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I fulfill my daily tasks there. You see, and then I might make myself a nice cup of coffee, followed by a snooze, typically. Actually, what I did do was fire up Resident Evil 4, which came yesterday. I'm loving it. I'm actually in 2 minds whether I can be bothered to finish Resident Evil 2. I'm so into 4. It's really, really cool. And I'm knocking away through there. I'm in the 2nd chapter now. So that's all good. I was going to say something else about the games, what I plays. It's all gone out of my head. So I did that. That's what I do in the morning. And then I had a business meeting at 9:30 this morning, my time. And then Raymond. I was conversing with Raymond this morning, my time, and I thought, Ray, you're on the West Coast, brother. It's like 9 in the morning now where Ray is. It must have been like 3 or 4 in the morning. He said, oh yeah, I just woke up. I said, I do that. I do that. Wake up. I'm like, oh, what's the time? Oh, it's only 4. Quick look on the old phone. Any tweets, any messages, anything of interest? What's the news? Waking yourself up in the process, of course. Followed by a little podcast. I'll slip in a podcast and try and go back to sleep. And then I'm like a zombie for the rest of the day. And we had our shower fixed. We've had a cold shower for 2 weeks. No hot water. It's been horrible. I had a lovely hot shower. That's why my hair's all fluffy. Look at it, look. It's all fluffy. Like a little baby, like a little hedgehog. Talking of which, see, cyborgs don't sleep. This is true. Because, it's like the Borg on Star Trek Picard. They might be switched off, but they're never sleeping. I haven't got any news on Sonic, I'm afraid. We've yet to ask. I was told, we've yet to ask. But I'm hoping he's all right, the poor little fella. So I'm doing a tribute act today for Sonic with my spiky hair. Oh dear, Neil has not too much planned for the weekend. Tomorrow maybe stroll around some open gardens in the next village. Oh, I love it when they do that. Is it like... I'm assuming it's more than just, like a 2 up, 2 down, come and have a look around my front yard. It's got to be like a huge house with acreage sort of thing. We've got a few of those around here. Up in the hills, some lovely old Edwardian or Victorian buildings, and they've got like a huge estate. And they open it up once a year for charity. And you go in and pay your whatever, have a little look around. Love doing that. Yeah, it must be around May time that those things start to happen. But that's always good. Enjoy a bit of that. Happy Friday, Reva the Beaver says to Neil. I'll put in all my entries. So what are you guys... So I'm playing... Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. So I'm playing Resident Evil 4, but I've had some requests to... do some more Animal Crossing streaming. One from Vet's little mini vet son. He wants to see me do some. And 2 from my own daughter. She messaged me late last night and said, Daddy, that's what she calls me, it's cute. Can you do some more Animal Crossing streaming? Because I really loved that last video. So, all right then. So what I was thinking, I might do that tomorrow. And I accidentally bought the DLC for Animal Crossing. When I first got my Switch, I saw that it was £16 for Animal Crossing. I thought, oh, that's cheap, I'll have that. Paid the money and realised it was the DLC. I then had to buy the full game. So I have the DLC, so I might stream that because it's kicked in now. I've got sort of about 50 hours into the game, and The DLC's kicked in. So I might be doing a little bit of that. Ninja says, our offer on a house got accepted. Woohoo! Now we're waiting for the mortgage approval. Nice. That's one way to do it. Get the house and then make sure you can get the money, I suppose. It might have been clever to have got that bit sorted first. Unless, of course, you've been given, yes, you could have a mortgage. What do they call it? A basic offer. Yes, you could have the money, and now you've got to go and get it, kind of a thing. But that's good news. Well done. And Reaver the Beaver's planning on streaming tomorrow. What are you going to be streaming, my friend? And are you're Crowbat, aren't you, on YouTube? Is that your YouTube channel? Rouster, he's got a new photo. Did you see that? Let's have another look. Hang on. Look at that. He's on the phone. Win! Exclamation mark! Win! Win, win, win! Bye, bye, bye! With his tie on and everything. Look at that. Wow, looking very posh. Very posh. Apparently the Origins. How are you doing, brother? I'm doing okay, my friend. How are you doing? And I don't know if you heard me say this the other day, but I popped into your show Wednesday night, my time. And, you were doing your wrestling things. I thought, I'll leave the chaps. I'll let the boys play on their own. I slowly closed the bedroom door so you lads can get on with your wrestling. Went to bed, woke up in the morning, flicked on YouTube to see who, if anybody, was streaming, expecting to see Ray the Gaming Cyborg, because he is indeed my early morning wake-up call. You were still live, brother! 7 hours you'd been streaming. And I thought, I'll go in and say hi. There's a full-blown fight going on between you and some other dude, calling each other losers and crikey knows what else. What's going on? I thought, well, this is not a good thing. I left immediately. I thought, God, let the boys play late and look what happens. Wow. I don't know what time. I mean, you normally start about, 7, 8 o'clock your time? So it must have been like 2 or 3 in the morning. What are you playing at, my friend? Flip a deck, Tucker. Ninja says, in Canada, we have to do the pre-approval first. Yeah, so... How are you, Spectrum? Good to see you, my friend. So in the UK, it's really slack. In Scotland, I believe if you put an offer in on a property, it is a legally binding contract. The contract starts at that point. In the UK, not such. So what happens is we have people that will go in and say, yeah, we'll put in an offer on this house. And what they actually do is they put like 10 offers in on houses at stupid prices. And everybody, they get 3 go, yeah, all right. And you think you've sold it. And then it turns out they actually had no interest in buying it at all. They went for the other one that offered them less. Or you get so far down the process and then they decide they can't get the mortgage or they've decided to buy another house. That happens as well. It's really traumatic buying and selling houses in England, Leicestershire. They don't do it. Other places are much better. But what do you do? I stream on Twitch. Oh, there you go. Are you Crowbat on Twitch? I can't keep up with your amount of names. You are so many. You're like Sherlock Holmes in your multiple disguises. I'm going to be streaming Assassin. Of course you're going to be streaming Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Of course you are. And I don't blame you. Ray the Gaming Zombie. Good point, Ninja. I know. You see, us older folk, Ray is just experiencing the 5s now. And I've been there now for 6 of them. And as you move further and deeper into the 5s, what happens is you just wake up at ridiculous times of the morning. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and you just grab the sleep you can. It's terrible. No, says Cowboy. That was my son. He's a sore loser. How old is your son? It sounded like a full-on battle going down. But there's a big issue with the WWE 2K23 servers, so it's terrible because we start a match and then it kicks everybody out. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not clever, is it? Wowzer. But nonetheless, mate, what time? That must have been like 2 in the morning. Sherlock Holmes. I streamed a really good Sherlock Holmes game last week. If you look on my channel, down in the gaming playlist, it's called Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. That's actually a really good game. It's a Ukrainian software house. And they've taken a game that's 2007, the original one, and they've remastered it, and it looks good. It's good puzzles. I've got a code for it, so I own it now, but I must pick it back up again because it was good fun. But check out the video. I'm not on mic. I think it may have been Sunday I streamed it. So it's just gameplay, but it gives you an idea of the game. And I solved the first puzzle or two, so get you started if you're up for it. It wasn't expensive either. It's quite a reasonable price game, I think. And over until the match doesn't end. It almost makes me want to cancel the league. Yeah, you don't want that. You put a lot of effort into that league, don't you, dude? You can find the link on my YouTube channel, Neil. Look at him, look. Pimping he is, ladies and gentlemen. He's pimping. Al Davis music. Code Z. How do you pronounce it, Al? I mean, we're in the UK, so I say code Z. Or is it Z? No, we say Z, don't we? It's our American friends that say Z, but I say code Z now. I've become so American. It's true. So here's a thing for my American friends that most things I sort of think, that makes sense why they would say it that way or that they do this, right? Most of the time I think that makes sense. Here's a thing that I don't think makes sense. How can I'll show you this. So when I'm playing games like Resident Evil and they have a flashlight, which we call a torch in the UK, right? They hold it like this, which I get is eye level, but it's only going to take a few minutes before the blood runs out of your arm and you're going to be like, oh, it's gone to sleep, right? We hold it at waist level and shine it up at whatever we're shining it onto at eye level. Far more sense. Arms never go to sleep, right? And your hand is kind of down at the waist area, so you can grab your Magnum. I'm talking ice creams. What's that all about? I don't understand it. Why would you do that? Yeah, I've always went with Z. Yeah, Z. Sherlock Holmes The Awakened is amazing. Did you play the original? Or have you been playing the remake? It's a great remake. I say Z in English and Z in French. Yeah, I think I've always said it as a Z, but I think Z makes more sense. Code Z. I think, don't you guys say Z in the States? XYZ. Or do you say XYZ? See, when growing up, whenever we were taught the alphabet as a kid, it would be Z in the UK. I don't know why. And then Z, because it's like zebra, whichever way you say Z or Z, you tend to say the zebra word slightly differently. You see, zebra. Just a point. Found it, thanks. There you go, he's going to watch you later. I have 3 weekly UK players and they have to drop out to go to bed. Oh yeah, and they don't get a chance at any title, and I stay up super late just to have every title defended. Not being funny, but the whole time zone thing is such a mega pain, isn't it? Such a mega pain. Yeah, so Z in the States, Z in Europe. I think that's how it works. But to be honest, I think most people who were born in the 80s or later say Z now in the UK. We are genuinely becoming very American. And I don't think it's a bad thing. Yeah, it's that kind of crossover culture. A lot of it is... There was a movement in the 80s, the 70s and the 80s in the UK to keep as much American TV off of TV, American content off of TV as possible. It was the usual thing. They didn't want to. They didn't want to cross-pollinate cultures. They wanted it to be. And the French are very much like that as well. I get that. But then, of course, YouTube, and then we had cable, which was actually satellite for us, with 100 channels. And where'd you get your content? Wherever you can get it. So since the 80s, there's been a huge amount of cross-fertilization, which I think is fine. I mean, at the end of the day, what is language? It is just a means of communication. It doesn't matter, does it? If the two of us are speaking French, but we understand each other, then we are communicating. If you're speaking a version of English that's slightly different to mine, it doesn't matter. If you go back to times of the Vikings, for example, there were different multiple languages spoke between the Nordic countries and even England, and of course you would get a blend because people need to communicate, don't they? I often think though, and you there may be somebody in the chat that knows this, I often think to myself, when you watch people sign, all that stuff, they seem to sign like an entire sentence in 2 movements of a hand. Wouldn't it make more sense if we just all learnt sign language? We could get so much more communicated, couldn't we? And everybody would have the same kind of ish hand movements, and then you could go around the world doing the whole sign thing, and deaf people would be really pleased because we'd all be speaking with signs. Wouldn't that be a cool idea? I don't think most of us would not be in the US if Brits didn't come here. I don't know so much anymore, Crystal. Firstly, the first Europeans were almost certainly the Vikings, and that coming down from the north into Newfoundland, and then further down the east coast. Then, of course, you had your Hispanics, and they brought the horses. I believe I'm right in saying that the horses were not native to the Americas before the Spanish came, and all the kind of plains Indians on horses, that was a relatively recent thing. They didn't have horses until make up a 12th, 13th century, whenever the first Spaniards came along. Actually, the Vikings would have been around. Let's see, they were really prevalent around the 8th century, 9th century, probably early 1100s, maybe before. In Newfoundland. Blind people will be out of luck in the world of sign language. There's always a balance. Good idea, though. Yeah, I'd be up for that. You know what I'm saying? It's essentially a multi... with voice and linguistics, there are so many different languages in the world, although most of them all come from about 4 bases. The English language is Germanic in its origin, from Central Europe, with Scandinavian mixed in, and then ultimately from about 1,000 years ago, a bit of Italian in the form of Latin from the Romans as well. A bit of that going on. But hand stuff, we could all be doing that, couldn't we, it wouldn't take long. And we'd have to still have writing because we need to convey in a poster. And, of course, hand stuff's animated, so it wouldn't work, would it? But I'd be up for that. I watch everything with subtitles anyway. Not just games, but YouTube and movies, TV, everything. Because, partly because I have a weird hearing issue where... if it's a kind of monotonous voice without a lot of this going on, I don't always hear the subtleties. But I also find that you pick up so much lost dialogue when you put on subtitles. Fringlish. There was, of course, Esperanto, which was a language developed, I think, in the mid-19th century. Maybe later, I forget now, but it was meant to be this kind of mix of French and English and Spanish and German, and it was going to be the language that everybody would learn, and we'd all speak one language. Well, yeah, good luck with that. Didn't happen, did it? Audio podcast wouldn't work so well. No, that's true. Neil makes a very good point, but maybe we could supplement the conversation with this. Yeah, okay, Neil, I'll grab my coat. Very good point, my friend. And of course, blind people will be out of luck as well, wouldn't they? Oh dear. Good idea, though. It had its merits. Did I just see my good friend, apart from Christian? How are you, Christian? Lovely to see you. I'm sure a little while ago, let me see, I saw Barclay pop into the chat. Somebody said hello, Barclay, but I can't see you. I hope you're well, my friend. Guten Abend, mein Freund. My German friends. But yes, England's an interesting. I mean, the UK is an interesting country because we're an island, so we've just been invaded so many times that it's difficult to know what is Spanglish. Yeah, I try and, for me, I think it's really important when I go to a country that doesn't speak natively English that I don't just assume they do. So whenever we've been abroad, I spend a bit of time before we go just trying to learn conversational, whether it's Greek, Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, doesn't matter. Turkish. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be a full speaker of the lingo, but I at least want to be able to thank people, ask directions, get on a bus, all that kind of stuff, I think it's important. Too many people, particularly my fellow countrymen, they just turn up on holiday and expect the waiter to speak their language. And it's like, well, they probably do, but that's not the point. Show some respect. Also, thing I love to do, and they love it as well, if we ever go anywhere where there's a bit of half board or a bit of full board and, we're in the restaurant, in the hotel, and typically it's the same waiter that kind of gets designated your part of the room. And, so he comes over and she is very friendly. And I just go at it to try and learn from them. So how do you say this? And then I try to get the pronunciation correct as well. And they love it. By the end of the holiday, I'm usually having a half decent little conversation with them. I think that's so important. What's up, gamers? Jem is in the house. How are you, my friend? Great to see you. Jem put a tweet up. Jem, I apologised earlier. I hope you saw it. Jem put up a little tweet about this new body cam look that is actually about to be everywhere. I think it must be like an Unreal 5 out-of-the-box thing. And I had seen already a couple of videos of this game, which is like a sort of a tag shooter. It just looks so real. And Jem just said, my God, this stuff's getting so real. And I'm like, yeah, and I think this is the enfant terrible people. And it's they do a load of this. And, turns out, no, he was right. It's genuinely, I don't know whether it's proof of concept at this point or whether it's, but it is intentionally a game. It's I think they've got a little wish list at Steam. Anyway, today, I've been toying with whether I should show you this, guys, because I've got to be honest with you, it's a bit scary. It's a little bit scary. I don't know whether I should show you. I showed a couple of people. It was on Twitter. It's called Paranormal Something, and it uses the body cam effect, but it looks so real, and I thought it was pretty scary. There you go, see? There you go. Jem's ahead of the crowd there. There is a playable demo. Would you like to see it, ladies and gentlemen, if I showed you a little snippet? I'll turn the audio off of this paranormal thing, just to show you how real it looks. But if you'd rather I didn't, if you're that kind of thing, because it is a bit spooky, I won't. I promise I wouldn't do that to you. But if you're interested, I can pop it up and show you. I showed Bjorn earlier, and he just simply went, nope. Yeah, no, it's easy to think it's a fake. You're absolutely right. Ninja. Phoenix, how are you? End of the day for Sam, for Miss Phoenix. Lovely weekend to look forward to. I'm off tomorrow to watch the rugby. Exeter Chiefs are playing, so that should be good. Would you like me to? I'll fire it up. I can fire it up if you want me to. I'm just going to turn it out. You see. Well, there's two on this page, but it's the second one that I think looks the best. Let me just grab the link. Open link in new tab. That'll do it. And I'll zoom in. And then I'll have to get Simple Larry working. Yep, there's a few yeses. Just close your eyes, guys. I promise I won't put the sound on because it's a bit... and we'll get through it. It's only 30 seconds. But I just wanted to show you nice. No, to show you the state of where things are right now. I've just got to find... How's Simple Larry looking? Oh dear. I think I've crashed. Oh, no, I'm back. Thank God. Flipping heck. I thought for a second there I'd crashed. News page. Here we are. Let me have a look. It's Kotaku, by the way. There we are. Yep, got it. Good. Okay. And I'm zoomed in. So let's get over to Simple Larry. Don't forget, guys, !win. Even if you're a member, YouTube and Twitch right now. Get 3 entries today. Big F. What's Big F? Oh, what? Of Dead Space, Dead Island 2, rather. I keep calling it Dead Space. It's getting in the 60s on Metacritic. I think 69. Not as good as it should be, but you're always going to get dissenters, aren't you? Because ultimately, it's dissenter of the universe. Ha ha. Right, let me get over to Simple. The boy's Simple. Here he is. Young Larry. So you can see that, and it looks like a hallway. All right, we're going to start this off now. I'm not going to do it any bigger than this, and I'm not going to put the audio on. Where are we? Here it is. This one here. Just have a look at how realistic this. So this is a game called Paranormal Tales. This is it's an IGN video, but this is a Kotaku web article. So let's have a little look at this. Does that help? Yeah, it's a bit better. It is better with the audio, but look how realistic with that shaky body cam thing going on. No, I'll talk you through what's going on. He's hearing banging noises, all right? So without the noises, it means nothing. He's hearing banging noises, like if you ever watch those haunted shows, and he's run down to the kitchen, the tap's on, the cupboards are open, there's stuff on the floor, and now the lights have gone out, and he's breathing heavily. He's like, hello, hello, and there's stuff going on, and there's this shape. Honestly, with the audio, this is spooky as anything. So he's run upstairs. It's like usual haunted show, TV show stuff, right? Now he's in this room, and again, he's hearing. When he was coming up the stairs, he could hear footsteps behind, but there was nobody there. So he's gone into his room. He's looking around. Doesn't it look good though? Ah! There's another one on here as well. I think it's this one, but this one's more like Blair Witch. It's out in the woods. I don't know if you guys have played Blair Witch. It's the only video game that ever made me jump. And I played it twice, and it made me jump twice in the same spot years later. But similar looking game. Again, you've kind of got to get the audio, but the effect is so real, isn't it? Whoa. And you can see this kind of stuff turning up on TV shows. It's just so well done. And you could bang it out at 1080. Oh no, look, there's someone in the corner of the room. You could knock it out at 1080 because the quality of the video, the animation, is so good that it doesn't matter, because it's almost like VHS. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't need to be 4K. It just needs to look really good, which it did. Oh, let me see what I watch here. Yep, I watch a lot of political stuff. But look, there's one there from me. Oh, I love this guy. Bo here. And there's us down there, look, guys. Yep, but I do watch a lot of political stuff. I'm getting more and more used to horror now, says Reaver the Beaver. Yeah, well, look, again, as you get older, it becomes less of a thing. Because, you know that it is indeed, it's a pixelated thing. I will even watch those haunted TV shows. You know the ones? There's one in the UK called Most Haunted. I will watch those on my own, in the dark, love them, put another one on. Hardly raises a heartbeat. But they just look great, don't they? They look really cool. I can't remember now, Jim, the name of the one that was it called Unrecord or something? What was it called? I forget now. But they are good. They are awesome for sure. Ninja Guy says, "Hey, Miss Phoenix, are you still streaming today? I was looking forward to the Dead Island 2. Oh, and this is when it turns out it hasn't come. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? So, what have you ordered? You've ordered obviously the physical rather than the digital. Out of interest, is that so that you can sell it on when you've finished with it? This is why I rent games, by the way. £10 a month. I've got Resident Evil 4 right now. It's cost me, I promise you, I will finish it, or at least play enough of it before the month is out. So it won't have cost me any more than $12. And I'm not someone who goes back and plays the same games in the future. I know some games demand it, like racing games, but most of them I play it once. That's me done. I unless they do a remake, and then I'll rent it again. In Paranormal Activity, I think I watched that one, Ninja. I try and watch a few. Rokk, are you using StreamYard to do your stream? No, I use OBS Spectrum, but I do use Streamlab for the giveaway. So what I basically do, I'm really must do another members only show on my setup. So on our 5 o'clock show, this one, the 9 a.m. West, midday East, 5 p.m. UK, 6 p.m. Europe, I use OBS. So that is set up for all of my stuff. You could do a lot of what I do using Streamlab, for example, but a lot of the plugins don't exist. Streamlabs Streamlabs is a what we call a root. It's an offshoot of OBS. OBS is an open source platform. So what Streamlabs did was create a version of OBS. They rooted it, so it's gone off in a different direction. They're not allowed to commercially charge for it because it's part of the open source GNU contract. But what they do is they charge a subscription to other services around it. So Streamlabs is free, but if you want the other stuff, you pay for that. And that's their business model, basically. The problem is that because they've rooted it and therefore it's not parallel anymore with OBS, plugins don't work. So they killed off the ability to use third-party plugins, and instead they've got their own, which are very basic. There aren't any on there. From what I like to do, there's no plugin. So I use OBS for my weekday shows. Rokk Show on a Tuesday, the Rokk Show, and Rock Players on a Thursday uses a thing called EVMux. I can show you EVMux. EVMux is 1,000,000 times better than StreamYard. I mean, infinitely better. And we'll enter the studio. So I'll just quickly give you an overview of EVMux. So this is the back office for the Tuesday show, the Rokk Show. And you'll see here, I've already prepped it for Tuesday. On Tuesday, William obviously won't be with us. David is unlikely to be with us. So it's going to be the Rock and Ray show with guests from this coming Tuesday. There's a couple of ways that you can use EVMux. One of them is with the dynamic screen. The dynamic screen is exactly it's a kind of copy of StreamYard, but that's all that StreamYard does. So in other words, I can press a few screen buttons down here and, exactly the same way StreamYard works. You've also got more control. I can put a logo up and all that stuff and do other bits and pieces. But where it differs massively from StreamYard and Melon and Restream and a few others is the pro scenes. Now, these pro scenes are more like OBS or Streamlabs. So, for example, and you can see I've got a range of... Oh, look at that. The reason I've gone all multicolored, ladies and gents, is because I've now got both using the same camera, although I'm not on camera. I'm actually showing snap cam there, but that's why I've got a weird color over here on OBS. OBS gets very upset when you start nicking stuff. So for example, if I go to a similar screen, let's go to this one. You saw there was a transition as well. You don't get that in StreamYard. Although this looks very similar, in actual fact, these are movable layers. So you can set this up exactly as you want. The logo is movable. There's undo in here. Everything now, you can just keep adding and adding and adding. The background lights, that's just a video. I can switch it to there. I can hide it and do whatever I want with it. So EVMux is actually, it's only about a year old. It's a company that are based in America, in Florida, funnily enough, but they're an Israeli outfit. They are super bunch of guys as well. Really nice bunch of guys, and their goal is just to make the world's best this web streaming application. And the free version of this, by the way, has more features than the paid for version of StreamYard, Melon, or Restream. At the top here, you can obviously set up all the different channels you want to push it out to. I did Kick, to Twitch, and to others, but you can add more. There's a load of more that you can add in and multiple stream it. And then you can basically go, every time you go to a new one of these, you can have a transition set. I've got banners going on here, but you can obviously change those banners. And then when people comment in the chat shows up down here, that shows up over there. I can star the chat and line it up. I can have it just show super chats, for example. So it's a really cracking application. Lots of stuff that you can do with lower thirds and all sorts. So I use this for Rokk Show and for Rokk players. And then on Saturday nights with Josiah and Hezekiah, I use something called Melon, which is this. It's a different application. I have a lifetime's license for Melon. I actually really like Melon. Melon is more like StreamYard again, but it's a much simpler application than EVMux. So for Martinez, because he's just doing one show a week, it's easier for him to use this. So he has access to this, and he can just run his screens in here and bring up stuff, and he gets the chat that he can add chat in and banners and all sorts of stuff. So it kind of does a similar thing, but it's a different application. And this one is set up, scheduled for tomorrow, for Saturday. We go into the studio. There we go. So we're now in the studio. I'm not going to go live, but obviously here's me, so I can put me on the stream, on the show, do all sorts of stuff. You can even do one good thing with this, actually. You can do the kind of TikTok view, which is, if you're streaming that way. So there you go. That's what that's all about. And so I use multiple ones. Sorry, the color's completely dead now. I can try closing these down. I doubt it's going to make a difference. What I can do is, I did fix this a while back. Let me just go into my camera. I would show you my OBS setup, but you'll get that mirrored effect, which is horrible. When you see a million copies of something. Where am I? Where's my camera? I think it's... Oh yeah, down here. See if I can get rid of this coloured effect. So, off. Nope, still there. Do. What I'll try is going to a different camera and coming back again. There we go. Perfect. See, I know my tools. There you go. It's all right. Colours sorted. So that's kind of what I do, Spectrum. It's a bit more complicated than most people, but that's just kind of how I am. And my intro and outro video stuff, I use DaVinci Resolve for all of that. When I do, which I haven't done for a while, but when I do application tutorials, I use a thing called Camtasia because it records the mouse movements and you can edit those and show bigger mice and all that kind of thing. I use a number of different applications basically to achieve all these different things. I will do a much more detailed, if it's of interest, I'll do a much more detailed version of my setup to members. I keep promising I'll do that. But Riva the Beaver, me, since I'm still new to streaming, I don't use anything at all, just stream from my PS5. Nothing wrong with that, my friend. In fact, streaming a game from the PS5 is, I think, the best experience for pure game streaming. You can plug in a camera, you can plug in a mic. In fact, you don't even need to do that because, of course, the mic, there is a mic built into the controller with PS5. Personally, I prefer to pop a headset on and use a mic when I'm doing it. But the great thing about the PS5 is you can choose whether to go to YouTube or Twitch, whereas Xbox you can, but only via Twitch natively. Then you can use separate applications to ping it off to YouTube as well, which I occasionally do. Thank you, Spectrum. So a lot of that is down to the camera that I use. I use a Canon EOS camera with a 1.4mm lens. 1.7, I beg your pardon. So that gets this kind of bokeh effect. If I use the standard lens, all of that would be in focus as well, and it's not as nice looking. You kind of want that depth of field. It's just feels more like a TV thing going on. And then I don't have any lighting on today. Today I'm working off the window light itself and the fact that the other wall over here is keeping light away, so it's creating a relatively nice light. And I just adjust the camera settings, which I can actually do manually. So I'll show you, for example. So I can adjust the ISO to get what I feel is the best look. So it's somewhere around there. That's about 640 ISO. I go to auto and I can do all that kind of stuff manually. Now I do all this on the fly, which is no mean task to keep a conversation going while working all this stuff up. It's it's a rod for my back, but I love it. PS5 through capture card into Streamlabs for moi. Yeah, that's one way of doing it. Do you use an Elgato? I've got an S60, I think it's S60 Plus, which I use for the Switch streams. But see, you have Phoenix has got that lovely camera shot, which you could do with the PS5, but with the PS5 you're limited to the size of the camera, how big that piece of the screen real estate is. And the same thing with Luna. The Luna as well allows you. Luna probably has one of the best. It has a similar thing to Stadia, that kind of direct stream. But what it does, which is really cute, is if you've got a Fire Stick or if you're using the Samsung, I think it's got now Amazon Luna on, or LG TVs, you can choose to broadcast, but it will need you to actually get it fired up on your phone or a laptop or a tablet. And it's then that you can decide whether you want to use a camera or mic, and it'll be plugged into that device. So you can carry on playing on your TV, but you can use your phone for the camera and the mic, or a headset, or a third-party camera, whatever's the right thing for you. But the stream, rather than it coming up from your house, your house via your broadband. And a lot of people go, well, I've got 1 gig. But that's not actually that important when you're streaming. What's important is the speed up. And the best I can get here in the UK where I live is 150 up. I've got a gig down, but 150 up. And that's fine. It's fine for even 4K, actually. The problem I have, more to the point, is the local, my PC, which is a 3080. It was a decent piece of kit when I bought it, as they all are, but it's starting to grind a bit now. So I prefer to use cloud, Play Cloud if I'm on PC, and then I can do the show on OBS and everything all works perfectly fine. That's kind of it. But yeah, you can absolutely stream from the PlayStation, from an Xbox, or with Luna. You can also stream on the NVIDIA Shield Pro, and that will stream natively to Twitch, but it's inferior. It's fixed at 720p. It never goes up as high as 1080, and it has no ability to change the title of what you're streaming. So it will adopt on Twitch the title of the last stream you did. You have to go in either live or after. And the problem is people look at your stream and see that you're streaming Valhalla, but when actually you're streaming Resident Evil, and they think, I can't be bothered to watch Valhalla, but they would have been really up for Resident Evil. So, you know, you kind of have to mess about with the mobile. But all of these are great ways to stream. You can even stream from your phone. And there's an app called Prism, which I can show you. Prism. It's a brilliant streaming application. You can get it for free. It is free. You don't pay for it. You can get it for your phone or for your desktop on Windows. Prism Live Studio. I'll show you this. But it is brilliant on a phone. Let me go back to Larry. Here we go. Here we go. So you download it for mobile or PC, completely free. It looks great. I've got a video on my channel about it. I think it's nicer than Streamlabs. They have some really lovely effects and things. But the great news is, because it's free, and it allows you to use it on your mobile, you can even play a game and use it to stream the game on your phone. You can run it that way. And it will overlay so you can see the chat coming through. It's a really clever little device. And it's free. I have no idea why it's free, by the way. I mean, there is genuinely no monetization at all. I think it's a Korean outfit. Here you go, you can see it a bit now. I think it's a Korean outfit. And they update it regularly. They're always adding new features. But you can even stream to multiple channels with this thing on your phone. Really, really good. Prism, which is Prism Live, PRISM live.com. Papa Romeo India Sierra Mike Lima India Victor Echo.com. And pick it up for free. I mean, it's worth just having. There you go. Look, I'm fairly certain they're a Korean outfit. And I went through one day and had a little look at them, and I think their money comes from applications that they run, like studios and like e-commerce apps that they run. They make money from it. So I don't know why they do this, but they do, and I definitely recommend it. So you can no longer enter the draw. Thank you for saying Streamlabs, reminding me there. Let's go and have a look and see how many folk we have in the draw to go up. To go with members. So we have 18 additional to go with the members today. So I'll just copy these and go into the entry window. There you go, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of background knowledge on what I do today, guys. Giving you a little bit of info there. But I've always said I love teaching. I just enjoy it. So I will do some members only stuff. Feel free to, anybody who wants to ask me anything. As long as it's not, can I have keys to your car? Because I don't have one. Haha. Well, my wife says I do, but I don't. We have a family car, but it is not my car. I didn't buy it. Where are we? Entrance. Here we are. Let's pick that up, and I'm just going to add everybody to the bottom who has entered online. Good. That's all good. Let me just shuffle it all up. There we are. Perfect. Right, let's get over there, shall we? Let's go and see who's going to win today. Here here we go. Woo. Thank you so much. Oh, you're more than welcome, my friend. Can I have your family car? But you need to drive it to my house. Oh, do you not? Ah, well. See, a lot of people that live in big urban areas like London or Manchester or Birmingham or Glasgow or whatever, you just don't need a car, do you, these days? You can get an Uber. You can get an Uber, or you can have your food Ubered to you. It's just no real need. That's why I don't need a car. I always use somebody else's. Pick me up on your way past Gem. I'll treat you to a Devonshire. No, who says Devonshire pasty, Phoenix? Come on. Jeez. What part of the valleys are you from? I'm going to guess before you say that it's Cardiff, Newport area, because you've got a very mild Welsh accent. It's not very strong at all. If you ask for the credit card number, you can just buy one. Ha! You're assuming I have got credit cards. I am a hermit. I try and avoid all the trappings of commerce. Just happen to run a company. Well, Phoenix is very close to me. She and I live in the same city. But as for Gem, I genuinely don't know. I would guess. I'm going to guess southeast, but I don't know for sure. Probably, if it's southeast, within 4 hours. Something like that. I've committed the ultimate sin. What have you done? Have you? Well, there's only 7. Which one's the ultimate one? Sloth is the one that I commit on a daily basis. North London, there you go. That's it. So Watford. Is Croydon North London? I can't remember now. Been up to Watford a few times. Of course, they've got the Harry Potter world up in Watford way, haven't they? I've been up to London tons of times. We've got we used to have an office in London, my business. Used to go up a lot to do business up there. We've got family in Shepperton, which is not technically London, but it's kind of a hop, skip and a jump. It's not Devonshire pasty, it's Devon. Nobody uses the word Devonshire anymore. I see, that is the ultimate sin. Absolutely. Swansea, I wasn't too far. I'm pretty good at accents, but you've lived in England for 18 years, so you've only been here a year then. Shall we spin the wheel before I dig myself into a massive hole? Let's do it, shall we? We'll see who's going to walk away with a prize today. Walking away with a prize today. Is it Gem or Phoenix? I can't think what else to rhyme with that, so I guess we'll just spin it and see Nix. Right, that's the end of that. What awful rhyme. I just want a little electric vehicle. Yeah, I do as well. That's actually the point, Neil. I always said, thank you. Why, thank you. I'm available for bar mitzvahs and birthdays. I always said if I got another car, it would be an electric car. But I'm actually quite keen on getting myself like a little electric scooter. I just fancy bombing about like one of them little old ladies on a scooter. Let's spin the wheel. How many have we got here today? 96. I'll give it a little shuffle. There we go. 96 folk. Good luck, guys. Here we go. Oh, it's all a bit Middle Eastern. Ooh, a bit Asian. I'll have to shout out who the winner is because you're not going to see. Are you a singer, Phoenix? Oh, I'd love to hear you sing. All right, here we go. We're slowing down. We've gone past Clive, past Martin. Squids. Miss Phoenix gone past you, I'm afraid. I'm predicting. I'm going to look ahead. Can't be Humble again because I still haven't heard from Humble from yesterday. If it is, it is, 2 days in a row. I think it is. I can't allow that. I can't allow that anyway. Nobody gets to win 2 days in a row. Sorry, Humble. And you still haven't claimed yesterday's prize. I don't know who you are. Let's shuffle it again. Look, watch it shuffle. I shuffled for England. Here we go. Hide it. I'll tell you what else I'll do, actually. Let me just customize it. I'll take the amount of spin time down, and let me see. I'll take off spin slowly. There we go. So I've really, really randomised it now. Here we go. Flipping heck, Tucker. Look at it. Oh, whoa. I have no idea where it's going to go now. But I've taken it down to 20. It was a full minute before. Right, here we go. If it's humble again, there's something very weird going on. Rouster? It's the boy Rouster. Woohoo! There you go. There you go, Adam. Well done, my friend. Yes, woohoo! Singing genetics. I'm with you. I couldn't read that then from a distance. From a distance. There you go, dude. Well done. Let's see what game you're going to get for your prize today. I'm going to customize this one as well. Let me take it down to about 30 seconds. I quite like it fast, so we'll speed that up. There we go. And I'm going to shuffle it again. Lots of shuffling. There we go. Well done. Right, Adam, here we go, my friend. I'm shocked. My third win. Yeah, but you enter everything. You're like those little old ladies that they spend their entire day filling out game entries and coupons. And then they win cardboard cutouts of Freddie Mercury. And you go around their house and they've got like a massive cardboard cutout of Freddie Mercury or Simon Cowell and 2 tons of cat food, but they have a dog. And it's like, I know, but I just enter everything. I just can't help it. That's you, that is, mate. I bet you got a ton of cat food and a cutout of Simon Cowell, haven't you? Be honest. Let's spin for the game. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Do, 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 do. I love this one. It's kind of got a Britpoppy feel to it. I do what I do between working. I can't just imagine it. Oh, so funny. Here we go. Is it leaves or is it murder? Murder. I don't know. I will check out what it is, but I will get you the code, my friend. So pleased for you. Adam Rouster. And you've won today's game, which is murder. Still, nobody has won Horizon Zero Dawn. By the time it's won, nobody will want to win it. They've got the new DLC out, haven't they, for Way Out West, or whatever it's called, with Laurel and Hardy, which I might buy, but not at the moment, because too many games, you know how it goes. Well done, my friend. Absolutely awesome. You won murder. You did. I couldn't tell you what it is, other than it's a game. Let me have a look on my little list and see. Hang on a second. Giveaways. Here we are. See, I can't even, because sometimes it's not the full name. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's like Murder in the Woods or something like that. Hang on a second. I've got to search for it. I can't even find it here. Oh, there it is, right at the very top. Oh, no, it's just called Murder. But nonetheless, I at least have the code for you now. I'll just put the code in the chat, mate, all right? You can pick it up, can't you? What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Murder is a short story about the intersection of morality and sentience, told in the form of a point-and-click adventure. Well, thank you, Neil. That sounds right up Rouster's street. He might enjoy it. I don't know. It is a scary name, though. Rokk's ordered a hit on you. Yes, I have. Watch out, because your horse's head is going to be... Actually, it'll be your dog's head, because the cat food is for the dog, right? So that head's going to be in your bed, mate. That's how it's going to work. I was thinking that. Put the key in and I get a heart... Yeah, tiptoe up the stairs. That's me. I want you all to go to bed tonight and dream about 6'3" Rokk tiptoeing up the stairs. I'm coming up the stairs. I want that in your heads when you go to bed. Oh, Rokk. Oh, you'll be all right. But and then the door opens, it's like, it's me! Happy Saturday! And then we play games and we have a lovely day. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be a nice little thought. Oh dear, I think that's it. I think we should call it a day now. Let you get on with the rest of your days, the rest of your Fridays. Hope you enjoyed the show, guys. As always, leave a little like. It just tells the algorithm that this is the kind of content you want to see more of, and it helps me. I think I was having a little look the other day at the giveaways that we've got coming up. There's 3 coming up. Coming up. Ooh. That was a Paul McCartney track. Where's my website? Come on, it's not that slow. Here we are, Rokk Show's giveaways. So, we've got 1 in 6 days, 1 in 9 days, and 1 in 20 days. In 6 days, we've got Star Wars Jedi Survivor, plus, oh, that's on any platform, by the way, of your choice, plus 1 month of GeForce Now Ultimate or Xbox Game Pass Ultimate or PS Plus Premium. So that's to be won. Go to rockshow.com, giveaways, and you can enter. Or in 9 days' time, I have for you Cyberpunk 2077 with the RTX Overdrive update and 30 days of GeForce Now Ultimate. And then the big prize in May 12th. I was thinking about this. I'm going to be on holiday. I'm going to have to do this while I'm on holiday. But that is, of course, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. So you'll get that. And that is on May the 12th. So that's in 20 days. There's a few there for you. I also mean. I'm not mean. I also mean and meant to say, I have been given 20 GeForce Now codes. 20. So those of you that have not tried GeForce Now, priority, by the way, not the free, priority, the really, really good 1080p, 60 frames per second and up. I have 20 codes. I'm just checking to see how long they last for. I think it's 3 days, but I will double check. Give me 1 second. There we are. That's the one. Yeah. 20 times 3-day priority codes I can give away. So all you got to do is go to redeem.nvidia.com and enter the code, and you get to play it for 3 days priority on me. So if you are interested, if you've never tried GeForce Now and you want to give it a go, DM me or Discord me or whatever, and I will let you have a code and you can try it out and see what you think. Just bear in mind, you do have to own a Steam, an Epic, or a GOG or a Ubisoft game in order to play them. But that includes any free Epic. A lot of the free Epic games that you may have tried, and any free to plays that you've got, like Fortnite or Apex, all that kind of malarkey. So give that a go, guys. Let me know if you're up for that. And Roust is having fish and chips for lunch. Oh, I love fish and chips, but I wouldn't I? That's kind of de rigueur if you're a Brit. I'm going to let you go. I should have let you go when I said I'd let you go, but I had a few things to tell you, and I told you now. So have a fantastic weekend if we don't speak before. I am planning to do some Switch streaming, probably tomorrow morning my time, but you can pick it up later. And I'll be back on Monday for more Rock Around the Clock. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. Thank you for joining me. Well done, Adam. I'll be getting that code over to you soon, my friend. Have a good one. Clocking out. Take care.